Welcome back everyone. You catch me in the middle of going through all my coaching and player staff, checking their contracts. Check to see if they're actually on a full-time contract, and if they're on a part-time one, they're getting offered a full-time contract. And the reason behind this is because one of our regular commenters, Shane Vernon, said that I can become a professional club as long as all my staff members, player and coaching, are on full-time contracts. Now, I don't think this is an immediate thing, but hopefully by the end of the season, like once the board get to upgrading everything, they might upgrade the status of the club from semi-professional to professional. I hope this is true, Shane, and if it is, I could kiss you. We kick off our UEFA Cup campaign against the Albanian side Partizani Tirani, and I make a whole host of changes from the game at the weekend, trying to kind of give everyone a bit of game time, as well as trying to really formulate who really is my first choice players. So in goal we have Shaka Hislop, back four of Grondin, Phillips, Hancock and Jonsson, midfield Fauch, Kilberg and Millier, and up front Barbosa, Hasselgaard and Barlow. Hoping Barlow can actually use some of that form from last season, as he doesn't look the best stat wise and he is still young, but he scored quite a few goals at the end of last season. But there's a big difference between first division sides and, well, actually is there a big difference between first division sides and Albanian sides? We'll soon find out, I guess. Partizani Tirani, it's probably actually pronounced Tyran, but it's a lot more fun saying Tirani. I know nothing about them in real life or in this game, although I did in the last video have a look at a few of their players, and yeah, they looked alright. They looked half decent, better than I thought they would look, but I still would expect us to win here, although our home performance last season in the UEFA Cup was very poor. I still feel like the team is yet to kinda gel, and I'm yet to kinda gel with this new tactic. Still not comfortable, and yeah, that's what happens after 3 seasons of playing with a 4-4-2, I guess. 20 minutes in and not a lot's happened. The weather update, it's a dry 5 degrees Celsius, got a lot. Oh, we just injured one of their players, looked like maybe one of their better players. Nice one. It's got a lot colder, 5 degrees Celsius, chilly. I'm not sure if that would suit the Albanian players or not. Probably not. Barbosa coming close there with a header. I'm not sure if this UEFA Cup is going to be a nice wee distraction or more of a hindrance. I did make sure to get a squad of at least 25 because of the UEFA Cup, because it'd be nice to have another nice wee run in there again. But we'll be tackling obviously the domestic cups, but really concentrating on that league. Have to finish so as we've got at least a Champions League place, or the chance to qualify for a Champions League place, should I say. Almost half time, and not a lot's happened. We seem to have dominated the half but not scored. Their goalkeeper is playing fairly well, I think. Don't know how poor our shots have been. Yeah, we've absolutely dominated. They haven't had a chance on goal. Come on guys. Oh, nice wee attendance, 5,676. And we have our breakthrough goal. Kilberg. Absolutely love his name. I say it all, I will keep saying it, but yeah, he's got a great name. It's like a great wrestler's name. Always reminds me of Goldberg, but Goldberg should have been called Kilberg. Come on. We need 3 goals. Let's aim for 3 goals, guys. That way I can not really give a hoot about the second leg game, as I don't see us conceding 3 goals without scoring at all. I just noticed the referee's name there. Ivan Ivanov. Okay. So could we get another decent run in this? Well, I have I feel that I've got a better side from last season, so I don't see why not. And we have a second goal. Millie scoring first goal of the season. No one is really tiring as of yet, although I will be making subs shortly. How did everyone enjoy their Christmas, by the way? Their Christmas and New Year? Hope everybody had a good time. I was going to mention it at the start of the video, but Grondin, our left back, scoring. But yeah, you could be watching these videos at any time of the year, so if somebody's late to this, they'll be going, what's he going on about? It's June. What are you talking about, Christmas? But for those that are watching all this as it's been put up live, hello. So our left back Grondin scoring there. He is playing instead of Johansson, who is serving his suspension from last season, getting sent off. Yeah, and putting us out of the UEFA Cup pretty much. Atletico Madrid using their extra man to an advantage and scoring and stuff. I don't know, I'm babbling now. It's very early in the morning, I'm recording this. The only chance I'll get today. Mooney can come on. I think that's his second maybe appearance as a sub. Hoping that he can maybe grab a goal or two here and there in some of the cup games I'll be playing him in. I'll be using him very sparingly, considering he is old, well, old in my books. Over 30 is just old for a player for me. And we have, it's our fourth, Whitley putting it in the top corner, and that just about finishes the tie. It'll take something fairly spectacular for us to lose this tie now. And yeah, we can just sit back and coast into the next round. Excellent. Good job, guys. Now if the referee could just blow the whistle. Come on, ref. And there we are. 4-0. Dominated. They didn't even have a shot on goal. Oh, and Grondin got man of the match. Great stuff. 3 days later, we are away to St Mirren in the league, and we are now sitting second. That is because Celtic have played 2 more games than us. A few players are tired, so I make a few changes to the squad. In goal, Hislop. Back 4, Johansson, Solly, Haywood and Hawkins. In midfield, just a one change, Whitley coming in for Falch. And up front, we have Barbosa paired up with Fabrini and Tumba this time. We go on to have a very tough match against St Mirren, drawing 1 each through a Tumba goal, and I would say we were very lucky to draw. As for me, St Mirren had the better of the game, especially in the first half. So we had a chance to go back to the top of the league, but we Aberdeened it up, sure enough. So we are now third because Dundee United won their game, although we still have that game in hand to go back top of the league. Rangers winning their game 4-0 as they begin their steady climb back up the league. Another 3 days later, we are at home to Wraith Rovers in the League Cup. Seeing as this has now become the Challenge Cup, I'm fielding anyone who is yet to start a game this season, as I don't really care. And this lackadaisical attitude is a winner as we go on to win 7-0. Barlow scoring twice, and Fraser, Johnson, Kilberg, O'Callaghan and Hasselgaard all getting a goal apiece. Mooney, getting injured right at the end of the game, is out for a week, not exactly a huge loss. And almost immediately we find out who we get in the quarter final. And we are drawn against Morton or Celtic. I say it's a safe bet we're probably playing Celtic in the quarter final. Speaking of Celtic, we're away to them in the league next. Huge game for us. And my first 11 tasked with getting some points at Celtic Park today is Hislop in goal, back 4 of Grondin, Solly, Phillips and Hawkins, midfield Falch, Kilberg, Millier, and our forwards Barbosa, Fabrini and Tumba. We have faced off 3 times previous against Celtic, with just a 1 win and 2 losses. Although the 1 win we had was the last game we played against them in the Scottish Cup semi-final, winning 4-3. Every time we've faced Celtic it's been a high scoring game, but that's the only game we've actually managed to score against them, and we put 4 past them. Yeah, the minimum they've ever put past us right enough is 3, so yeah, come on, 4 goals this time out, guys, just to be sure. Let's see, Celtic still have Lucatore. Yay. They should be just coasting this league, shouldn't they? I mean, come on, that team. But we have a surprise goal. Millie arriving late in the box, putting it past the Celtic goalkeeper, who I think is Headman today. We have an early lead. Still not confident though. Hold on to this lead or add more to it as we keep going forward. Oh, Tumba misses a diving header. Yes, it is. Headman in goal for Celtic. And we have a second. Barbosa. What is going on with this Celtic defence today? I'm loving it. Was that Ehiog that just flashed up there for Celtic? And Millie getting his second today. 3-0 up, 25 minutes gone, and we are 3-0 up at Celtic Park. What a result this could be. Can we add even more to it? I did say 4 goals. I didn't think we'd even get 2, never mind 3 so far. Yeah, Magnus Hedman having an absolute nightmare in goal, rating of 4, and it is Ugo Ehiog for Celtic. He's captain in Celtic today. I think that's, I've clocked where they've went wrong. Can we get in half time? Come on. Fernandes. David Fernandes scoring for Celtic. Oh, full house almost today at Celtic Park. We've just had 4 shots on goal, 3 on target, and the 3 shots on target have all been goals for us. We have been absolutely clinical, or more likely Headman has been absolute clown shoes in between the posts for Celtic. Fernandes, David Fernandes, he is a very good player in this game, always plays very well for Celtic anytime I've been Celtic. Yeah, even though in real life he didn't really do much in a Celtic shirt, he did get pretty bad injury right enough and never really recovered from it. I have no idea what ended up happening to him in real life. Solely picking up a yellow card. I don't like my central defenders on a yellow, and that Celtic come back more into the game slightly, or no, we're going forward. Should make subs. Come on, let the ball go out so as I can make a sub. Oof, look, a Tony free in the area, don't like seeing that. Yeah, Hoopier can come off, Hancock on, or Callahan on for Grondin. And will I just save my sub, or will I use it? It's 9 minutes left. Yeah, Millie. Fresh legs in midfield, Whitley on, although Whitley's always a bit of a danger in these big games of getting really silly red cards. Tony coming forward again, Anderton, Darren Anderton for Celtic, making it 3-2, 5 minutes left. Can we hold on? Oh, for the love of God, don't let them equalise. Don't let them equalise. Come on. Nope. Silla, you can absolutely bugger off. Fernandes has a dip, but it's held by Shaka Hislop. Celtic making changes, Lennon on. And it's a full-time whistle. We ended up scraping the victory. Look at Tony getting man of the match. He didn't even score. How'd that happen? He must have assisted the goals, that's weird. And that means we're top of the league. Celtic now down into 3rd. We're top of the league, a point ahead of Dundee United with a game in hand. Excellent stuff. Oh, and Rangers win their game and they are now back up to 4th, climbing the table. We have a rather bizarre and out of nowhere £350,000 offer for one of our reserve players, Martin West. He's a youth player who, yeah, I'd completely forgotten about, as he's been in the squad for 3 seasons now. And yeah, I don't know where this came from, but I will duly oblige and accept their offer and confirm his transfer to them for £350,000. We then have our second leg game against Partizani Tirani, and because we're already 4-0 up on aggregate, I mix up the side once again, this time even giving Ibsen, our youngster, a shot in goal instead of Hislop. We go on to win the game 3-0. Whitley, Barlow and Johnson all scoring against a 10-man Partizani Tirani. So who will we get in the next round? Well, we don't have to wait too long to find out, as the draw takes place the very next day. And we are drawn against Partizan. This time a Yugoslavian team. Partizan. Okay. They look alright. Again. Oh, he looks actually very good. Naj. What else they got? Iliev. Yeah, actually they look a fairly tidy team, it seems. But another Partizan team. Excellent. In the league we are at home to Livingston, and I'm fielding the team basically that I played against Celtic, although instead of Houpier in the centre of defence we have the returning Padelidis. He's been injured most of the beginning of this season, so he finally gets a start. In front of a home crowd of 7,047 we win 3-0. Barbosa scoring once and Tumba getting a brace. The chasing pack of Celtic, Rangers and Dundee United all win their games, so I'm still 1 point ahead in the league with a game in hand. Oh, and just a wee update, I have double checked and made sure all my coaching staff and all my players are on full-time contracts. Still no word yet of the club being made a professional status club, but I will hold off to the end of the season, I guess. But yeah, obviously it's not an immediate thing that happens, sadly. We have confirmation that we will be facing off against Celtic at Celtic Park in the League Cup quarter-final as they beat Morton 4-0. Next up in the league we're at home to Aberdeen, and no doubt they'll be wanting vengeance for the wee Aberdeening it up comment earlier in the video. And we have a couple of changes to our first 11 from last time out. We have Houpier, or Soley, whatever, coming in for Phillips in the centre of defence, so now we have a central defensive pairing of Padelidis and Soley. And returning from injury we have D'Amico going into the DMC role in place of Falch. And we got on to win the game 3-0, Aberdeening it up, and Padelidis scoring a penalty and Kilberg getting 2 goals. Rangers beat Dundee United 1-0, which means they move to second place, Dundee United moving down into third, and we are 3 points ahead of the second place Rangers side. Oh, and Aberdeen supporters are absolutely livid about the defeat against us. Awesome. Celtic then play a game ahead of us again, I don't know why, and win it easily, moving them up into second place, but we still have that game in hand against them. We say goodbye to Wayne Carlisle, our fullback, who's sat in reserves most of this season so far. He's away to Gravesend for 95,000. You served as well, but there's just no room in the team for you anymore. And if anyone's interested, the League Challenge Cup is won by Falkirk. And if you remember, Falkirk signed Smart, and yeah, he did nothing for them, getting subbed early on in the game. Awesome. Our final game of this video is our 10th league game, and it comes against the 10th place Hearts. We have a couple of changes due to tiredness, so we have Johansson coming in at left back for Grondon, and Hasselgaard playing there up front instead of Fabrini. Rounding off this video with a nice wee win and 3 points would be lovely, guys, so let's get to it. And I thought we had an early lead there, but it is ruled offside by Kilberg, and yes, I'm watching this on very fast, as it's, you know, not exactly the most exciting of games, but it is the 10th game in the league, and yeah, it's kind of like a third of the way through the season, so yeah. Thought I would show this game off, and I was hoping for a big win, but by the looks of things I'm not going to get it, as it's still 0-0. Oh, and I forgot to mention actually, I was just about to mention Barlow, and he gets himself sent off for a shove on Presley. Barlow is on for Tumba. I don't know how I forgot that in the pre-match lineup. Yeah, so excellent, we're down to 10 men. I don't know how this tactic will do when down to 10 men, I'll stick with it anyway. No bad turnout, 6,500, and Padelidis scores an OG, bouncing off him in a free kick, but Kilberg 2 minutes later goes up and equalises. I was just about to maybe change to the 4-4-2, or it would be a 4-4-1, but since we equalised almost straight away, that's fine. D'Amico tiring slightly, we'll put Matabuena on for him, and trying to get rid of yellow cards here, so we'll take Kilberg off, put Mooney to the forward left centre and Barbosa back to the midfield area. As he's an attacking mid, I'm sure he's fine playing there. Come on, any last ditch minute winner? Nope. And the final game of the video, we draw 1 each. They didn't even have a shot on target because their goal was an OG. Awesome. Rangers won their game 4-1, which means they're a point behind us. So yes, we finish top of the league, a point ahead of Rangers and 3 points ahead of Celtic. If you're enjoying this series, then please give the video a little like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you wish to hear my thoughts on video games and TV and movies, then you can also follow me on Twitter at PoloMint Peeper. Thanks for watching. Bye!